In this episode of Mighty Car Mods, we are finishing the Mira.
Just like last episode when you said we were finishing the Mira, right?
And every episode before that.
Welcome to another episode of Mighty Mira Mods, where we are doing something exceptionally exciting today. I've been just thinking about this all for so long. Any train spotters would have seen this little box up on the shelf, and these are proper JDM
Don't even
coilovers.
tell them. Oh, you told them. There's coilovers, but there's other stuff in there as well.
There is.
It's a JDM surprise pack, isn't there?
Extravaganza.
Martin, a couple of things have happened since our dear friends on the intervals last twiddled with the gooch.
Exactly. So you might notice the car now has a bonnet, so it took a bit of time to fit the bonnet up, and all the flares are on.
That's good. And they needed a little bit of dicking around because the rubbers that we had weren't quite right.
Exactly.
So we had to come up with another plan.
Exactly. So I've just used like a different kind of double-sided tape in there. It's about as exciting as that. But point is, the flares are on, they fit really well, and externally the car is ready for a buff, which hopefully will also happen today. But the most important thing is to get this thing off its stilts, out of the air, down on the ground with some proper, mad, legit JDM parts all the way from Japan. Yes, I'm excited because getting parts for this car is really difficult, but we did it.
We did it.
The bonnet is on and it looks excellent. I didn't have the scoop in, and that was because I lost the bolts for the scoop. And then I found them again, which was pretty cool. So the bonnet is now ready to be closed, and look at that. Awesome.
Excellent.
Looks so good. Now there's some things
Look at this, Martin.
Oh, and a windscreen as well.
Look at the cleanliness of it.
So replacement windscreen. It's
How's
also,
the purity of it, Martin?
unlike the factory one, it's tinted, factory tinted. That's just how they come. So it's not quite as light as the other one. It's got like this weird blue sheen on it. It's actually a good thing. It's also got the blue strip across the top when you're driving into the sun. That's not a bad thing. There's a few other things to go on, like wipers, these rubbers, attach this down properly with some plastic plugs. So just trim stuff that needs to happen. I've also got the stickers, the original stickers being remade. I took some photos of those. Some of you might remember from the actual painting episode. They're being remade as we speak, so hopefully they'll arrive soon and we can whack them back on the car. And the most important thing is the coilovers, which I suggest we just get straight into.
Right there, Martin.
I called my very good friend Rob at Import Monster in Japan and said, need coilovers for the Mira, need proper ones. Now, last episode we were talking about the fact that you can get stuff from Malaysia, coilovers for Perodduas. A few issues there. Perodduas are all four-door and Perodduas are not four-wheel drive. So the issue that I've had is finding a set of coilovers that's compatible with the suspension setup in this particular four-wheel drive system, and it is slightly different. The two-wheel drive ones have like an independent rear, which is good, but there's no drive to the rear. The front's probably exactly the same, but what's cool about this is these are for an L210S, which means four-wheel drive model, and the S means it's a TRX or whatever they call this particular model. It's freaking awesome. So, in this box we have some marshmallows, some snacks for later. We also have some front and rear coilovers.
Don't eat these, children.
No, don't eat them. And this is from K-Car, there it is, K-Car Auto Parts. Look, dude, there's just mad K-Cars on there.
Martin, that's a very apt name for a shop because they just tell you what they do and what they sell in their name.
KC, K-Car, yep, cool. Anyway, let's have a look at it. There is some bolts and some adjusting spanners and some little washers. I recognise those, they go in the back. The other thing that these coilovers have, which is really cool, because I suspect they're like good ones. There's obviously lots of different levels of coilovers, like the ones we put in our Volkswagen Mark IV Golf. That's basic because you reuse all the factory hardware and all that kind of stuff. These look a little bit more serious. They look really good. And adjustable tops, which is unreal because that means we now have camber adjustment, which is what's going to make it possible to fit our wheels under this car at all. Yep. We are going to need to camber them.
People might remember your wheel episode, Martin, where you did these hectic wheels. If they haven't, they should definitely check that out because that is amazing.
Yep.
And I can only just imagine what this is going to look like on these, and those wheels is going to be off the toilet chain.
Yep. And importantly, I want them to fit and I want the car to be drivable. I don't want to have to sacrifice. Obviously, there's this little sacrifice in putting big wheels on a little car. I don't want to have to sacrifice being able to just jump in and drive it. I still want to be able to get over a speed hump. and I want to be able to take it to the track.
Yep.
So,
are they 13-inch wheels that are going on there?
13-inch wheels are going on, exactly.
And they're big wheels.
And the adjustability that you get from something like this, including adjustable camber tops, is what makes that possible. With just these shocks and springs, although they're good shocks and good springs, it's not actually possible. So, this is the secret sauce. This is not going to be much different from any other coilover install that you've seen us do, but it's on the Mira, and these parts look freaking amazing. So, I suggest we just smash into it, shall we?
Martin, are these kind of parts, because they're from Japan and because they're quite specific, are they expensive? Like compared to like a Tane or another kind of coilover, like is it because they're niche, does that make them expensive?
Yes. So 744,000 yen. You can do the quick calculation. That's coming up on $2,000 Australian.
Yeah, wow.
That's about $1.5 US-ish.
Yeah, okay.
That's a lot. It's a lot, but like I say, in this case, you're getting what you pay for. They're the best coilovers you can get. And with all the work that's gone into this, I don't mind spending a couple of $100 over what it would cost to get some sort of average ones to go in this car, because this is a forever car.
And we are doing it right, Martin, because those coilovers are cost 7 times as much as the whole car. So that's how you know you're doing things right.
Yeah, but
you
they
know
cost
what I mean?
like a fifth as much as the paint job.
Yes, okay. Starting to get crazy, but it's all worth it, Martin. It's all worth it for the purity.
But where else? What else are you going to get? You can't get.
You're going to get a
L21.
Yaris, aren't you? Really? I mean, like this is in a totally different league to a Yaris. Like Yaris is whoop, and this is but that's like this is better. I'm saying in the inverse, we're in Australia, so that's the top, and that's the bottom. No, but Martin, let's just put them in.
The first step is to jack up your car. The suspension that we installed into the Mira has worked great, but lacks the adjustability required to fit these wheels properly and achieve good handling with no scrubbing. We need good access to all sides of the car, so after moving it on the jack, it's time for the wheels to come off and the old suspension to come out.
You ever do that thing where you're like, I'll just use a spanner because the spanner's the right tool for the job, but it's actually not and it doesn't fit, and then you just keep using it because you think, well, it's in my hand, so I'll keep trying.
Yes.
This will just whiz it straight out.
And then you get a DAC. Well, it's time to see if that theory was correct, whether you can just DAC this out immediately, Martin. The
Ready?
pressure is on.
Ha! Is that coming out? Does it need a little encouragement?
I think it might need a little bit of a hammer, Martin.
Some encouragement.
Just a little tappity-doodah on the top with something nice and friendly like this.
Some mallet action. Oh, it's the one that sounds like a maraca.
Are you ready?
Yeah, do it. There she goes. There she
out?
goes. We're out.
There it is, Martin.
Thank you, Springs, Shocks and Springs. You've actually not done that much hard work, and you have served me very, very well.
Thank you.
Time to go.
And auf Wiedersehen.
We'll just read the instructions, shall we?
Not yet, Martin.
What?
No.
What do you mean not yet?
No. You look like you're about to put that in.
Yeah. Why not?
What are you talking about?
Why not?
Because this one's still in there.
No, we're practicing on this one. Come on, I'm getting excited.
That's not how
Nah,
it
man.
Yeah, dude, you don't peel one prawn and then eat it. You peel all the prawns and eat them in one go.
No, you don't.
Everyone knows
You do
that.
not.
No one does one prawn at a time.
No, dude, you peel a banana and eat the banana, and if you still want another banana, you peel that banana and then eat that banana. You don't peel two bananas.
You put the work in and then you get it. Let's do that, Martin. No. And then you get to do two of them at the same time.
Like, I'm so excited.
Come on, man.
I couldn't
Are you
sleep
joking?
last night. I was so excited at putting these in and seeing them in the mirror and seeing the wheels and then Slamtacular.
Why should you get to do
Camber and
what you want on your own car? What does it say, man?
So this will hopefully body outside, engine. Oh, the sticker's a little bit munted. But if that says body at the top of the upper body mount orientation, except it moved the arrow. So the top one, what does it say? What does it say? The sticker's all smashed. Body outside, right, that's that way. That must be that way.
Martin, there is a gaping wide hole here ready for you to fill it.
Really? There's 3 holes, man.
Really?
Yep, there's 3. There's the really, really, really big one in the middle.
Yep.
And then one above it,
and then
one below it.
Yep, the two small holes.
Has your hand got the the top of it? Because I can't quite get this.
No, because I've actually put my fingers in the big hole so I can move this rod into the small hole.
For some reason,
there it
it's
is, the
just-
one that backs in.
It's just rubbing heaps,
I can feel
man.
that coming through. You just
can't
pulled
quite
it out,
tell.
dude. You're not in yet.
No,
Pull that
because
one
it's
in.
got like a threaded bit on it, like a ribbed bit on it.
Hold on.
Is
Push
that
as
in?
hard as you can right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it went the
did that
whole
get it?
way.
Dude, I pushed that
hold
so
it in.
hard my hat
Hold
fell
it in.
off.
It's falling out.
Oh,
That's
is
it.
it that good?
That's it. Now
You just
I'm
sort of
gonna
had to
put
seat
these
it, you know?
two little rings around the base of it.
Yep.
Now I'm going to just
screw
screw
it,
this
man.
as quickly as I can.
Screw it, because my back's getting really sore from holding this.
Ah, that one's on. Hold on a
hold it up.
second.
Is
I
it
might
up?
just finish it off by hand, actually.
Yeah, cool.
And then we can kind of do the rest of this later. But for now,
I've just got this little brake line that I have to find the clip.
hold on a second. All right, I'm just
Oh,
doing
dude, look
this.
at that. Look at all the
Just
movement in
finger
it.
tight.
Look, it just
And we
flaps
can
around like
smash
crazy.
that later on.
Look at it. Is that in?
Yeah, it's in.
Fantastic.
Well, look at that adjuster mobility in there, man.
Isn't that awesome?
It's like a super adjustable coilover.
Crazy. Crazy good.
Look at that.
Man, there's going to be
You're just
loads.
going to finish it. Are you just going to finish the task right now? He's going to do it.
I think so. There's going to be a lot of adjusting, I think, to get this right, because these, obviously when they ship them, they make them as small as they possibly can.
Yeah. So sometimes when people buy coilovers, a good tip for our players at home, sometimes they're set at specific heights. Like they'll say, this will give you 30 mil lower than
Yeah.
stock or whatever. So,
and this
but
is
they
where-
always need a bit of a look in because you can't trust that.
This is where alignment all comes into it as well. Like, I think I'm just going to bolt it in and see where it all sits.
Yeah, make
Because
it
you
work.
sort of need a baseline and we'll just match them left to right.
Sounds good, mate.
So they've got a metal washer that sits over the hole here, because the hole actually gives you camber adjustment at the bottom as well. Like, depending where this bolt goes, it adjusts, but then you can change the way this bolt sits to set your camber on the bottom as well. And currently that's set, from what I can see, like quite a long way out.
Yeah.
Which is what we're going to need to tuck the wheels in, because they're silly and oversized. But that's quite clever. I haven't seen that before. So even on the bottom bolt, you can see how much difference the bottom bolt makes to your camber. That's super positive, like straight up and down. And then to tuck the top of the wheel in, we're essentially pushing that back. Now, this is going to get us quite a few degrees of negative camber, probably more than what we want. And again, this is something that the wheel alignment shop will have to deal with and may have to do and undo a couple of times. So we're just going to try and set it to something in the middle and visually get it what we want it to look like. And then once it's actually on a machine with lasers, they'll be able to make it
Freaking
work.
lasers.
Freaking lasers, they'll be able to make it work.
Are you going to do full Technicolour Dreamcoat Slamtacular 5000 Stance Fest?
No, I won't be able to, because I want to be able to, again, like drive it and go over a speed hump.
All of our instructions are in Japanese, so a fair bit of guesswork is involved.
Because this shock has all the extra adjustment on it, you actually need to use their bolt, which is just a bit longer and will fit. It's a factory one. Their long bolt goes through like that, and there's enough room on it to actually adjust the thing.
Yep, there we go. Out she goes. Excellent. Thank you and farewell.
Boom.
Yeah.
He's in.
The most riveting piece of footage you've ever seen on YouTube.
With the fronts installed, we can get to work on the back of the car. This is where our Mira is a little bit more unique. Front-wheel drive Miras have an independent rear-end suspension setup. Having converted this car to four-wheel drive, we're now running a more old-school solid rear with a panhard rod, similar to what you'd find in a rear-wheel drive car. This means the springs and shocks are separated, so it's a basic setup, but it's what makes four-wheel drive Mira possible. The main issue we're going to encounter is getting the car to sit low. These cars were designed to put people and luggage in the back, and you need some spring length to make that possible and still have comfort. The shorter we make the springs, the less room there is to move, so it's a constant trade-off between the low look and functionality. The shock absorbers included in our coilover kit are short stroke. By installing shorter and heavy-duty springs, we're reducing the available suspension travel. The shocks are matched to the springs, so the suspension still actually works.
Slamtacular. Maybe we're going to some stance meets after all.
Yeah. Stick a Honda badge on it, mate. Hey Martin,
Yeah.
that one there looks kind of like this big. That one is like that big.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So we might have ourselves some stancy coilovers. But that said, this thing was a pogo stick before, so if we're just looking at the difference there, that actual drop would be good.
Can we put the bottom together, Martin? And now hold them up straight, like this, like the height of that and the height of that. So I can just get a look at the top. Yeah, like it's
There's a difference,
an
definitely.
inch or more.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting
That's
to see.
2.5 centimeters.
Interesting to see how significant the drop actually is. We won't know till we put the wheels on.
Yep.
But it's all part of the science, my friend.
The science, Martin.
Yeah, let's call it the science.
There it is, Martin.
No, that can't be right. There's like no travel, man.
Yeah, that's the low life, dude. That's what these people do.
It's full Slamtacular, man.
Yeah,
Like badly.
this is the car to do it to, man.
It's not. It's really not. Oh, that spring's in okay. The other side doesn't look as happy. But look, I'm gonna let's just put a wheel on it.
There's no play in that though.
There's no. Let's just put a wheel on. Because that's gonna tell us what's going on.
Look at those wheels, dude.
Great, don't
They're
they?
awesome. Yeah, dog.
No, that can't be right. It's not.
I can't wait to lower it. Can we put the wheel on the other side as well and just drop it down so we can see exactly what it looks like?
Certainly can.
Those wheels are hot, diggity hot, Martin.
It's a nice combo, hey. There's
Very nice. This is the first time you've seen those wheels on the car.
It
with
is,
this
and
paint
there's
job.
plenty of clearance. All that work I did welding the guards and everything, I've got all this extra clearance I didn't have before.
Amazing.
So, I mean, not that I might need clearance now I've got these coilovers, but we'll see. We might have to mix and match to make it work.
Martin, I'm going to get on my phone right now and find out when the next hard parked street meet is.
Why, dude?
So you can take your new Slamtastic car down there with all your Slamtastic friends.
You're just jealous that you don't have a Slamtastic car.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could be there with you.
You could be. You could come hang out. Get a frappe,
Nah. I'm
Eat
busy
some-
that night.
eat some vegan crisps.
That's fine.
It's not fine.
What do you mean?
There's no suspension travel.
There's not meant to be.
Yeah, there is. The wheels look hot though. The wheels look fantastic.
What made you think there was meant to be any suspension travel when you're slamming your Mira?
I'm not slamming my Mira, dude.
The springs are like this much shorter.
Don't worry, they'll be fine.
I know they'll be fine. But you can't slam your car and then be angry that you've slammed it.
I'm not angry at all, man. I'm loving it. Just all looks a bit wrong currently.
All right, bringing it down, mate.
Look what's going on. Look
Oh!
that front looks fat. Whoa, look at it. I'm not going to rub either.
Wow. Can you turn your steering wheel, do you reckon?
There's something going on with the back. It's fouling on something. So we need to work out what that is. All right, well, they're going to take some adjustments. So the next step is to put it on the quick jack so I can go up, down, up, down, up, down, mess with all the adjustments. Camera on the top, camera on the bottom. We got way too much camera, like that's just silly. So we need to balance that out. That's why the wheels are towing in so hard. I'll need to tow back out so they're a little bit more straight. And the back, I think I got some fouling either on the spring or the exhaust, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. But what I wanna do now is move on to getting the rest of the trims put on, because the next step is to buff this car as well. So after you put the clear coat on, this clear coat's straight off the gun. There's a few scuff marks from me putting it back together. There's also a few like dots if there's a bit of dust or something that fell in it. When you buff it, you get rid of all that stuff. So the plan today is to get it buffed. And then there's one or two more little things to bolt back onto it, and we'll have a finished Mira. Oh, and then it needs a wheel alignment. So there's heaps to do. We're just gonna pick our way through it, and it's gonna be mad. So there you have it, some JDM Slamtacular coilovers with instructions that I cannot read. But they do fit the car, they are made for the car, and with some tweaking and some wheel aligning,
Yes. I mean, we got it right in the end. It took a couple of goes. The back is now sitting way better. The front is Slamtacular. But it does need to go down and get some alignment and maybe some height adjustment as well.
Yeah.
So I reckon we could go get to that, like the Savi, if we can,
Yep.
and then bring the people back with us tomorrow or the next day to actually put the final pieces in before this has a date with...
A racetrack.
And...
A racetrack. Oh no, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
See you next time on Mighty Hard Parked Slamtacular Technicolour Dream Mira Coat.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.